Hello and welcome to Admit One, your A&E podcast, because that's where I need to be.
You just got a flu or a cold or something, I don't know.
Accident and emergency, Richard.
You know it's serious when he literally just said, Richard.
Do you mean that it's an accident that you exist and an emergency that you're here?
Yes. With this,
Okay.
whatever is going on right now, my legs don't work, my arms don't
Like they
work.
used to before.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is hilarious, literally all day.
Careful, you'll get sued.
Yeah.
But win,
no.
so it's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But no, Ed Sheeran doesn't sue people. He gets sued.
Yeah, that's it. So
but
the
you were
people
singing-
that sued Ed Sheeran will sue you.
Oh, I see. Yes. I understand.
But yes, you have been an invalid all day.
I have.
Literally just, your joints are that of a 70-year-old man.
Try 104. I reckon Tutankhamun currently has better joints than I do.
I mean, famously had really bad joints.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I'm sure that was a thing, because obviously he was like a...
I more just meant he's long dead.
I know what you meant, but I mean, I just think that worked really well.
I love the fact
because
that we're 3 minutes in and we're Googling Tutankhamun's knees.
That was literally what I was going to Google.
Oh dear. Good evening, Hannah and co. How is everyone?
Joints.
Thinking you're the only ones here, as usual.
My God, my knees. And my hips, and my ankles, my elbows and wrists.
You
are
started
going
feeling
now.
cold.
Yeah, I'm chilly. I'm a bit...
That was awful.
Yep.
That was awful.
Yep, that's where I am.
I was wrong. So that he his body was found that he had a cleft palate and a curved spine.
Oh.
So he had a lisp and scoliosis.
Yes.
Hey, Matt.
Regardless of say, that's not great.
But not good innings. I
No,
mean,
no.
he died at like 19 as well. So
Yeah. But
He
he
was
was,
the king
in
of
charge
Egypt.
of a country
yeah,
at 9 years old.
yeah.
So basically, what we're saying is now, children these days are fucking pussies.
Agreed. And playing the Fortnite.
Oh, you offended me.
Playing the Fortnite.
Yeah.
You offended me. You can't say that. You fucking can. Did. Go and cry about it to Tutankhamun.
Admit one.
Hannah
Something about-
and Matt, by the way. Ooh, got that thing happening again.
Yeah.
We have a new audio set up. If you could please just provide feedback on how the audio is doing. If there are any problems, please let me know so I can wean them out. Thank
I
you.
think Kristian's done a great job on that. Actually, it's sounding okay. But please do let us know if there's a problem.
Just so we know for
Quite.
future reference.
Indubitably.
That's a fucking big word.
It's a
Are we
great
doing
word,
that
by the
now?
way.
What now?
It's up to you.
Oh, what we're going to do is the White Chocolate Church.
Oh my lord. It's going to be a long night, mate.
The White Chocolate Chronicles. Again, an impromptu episode because Chris came up with a good idea,
Yeah.
text me about it, and I had to lock the door and do things.
Yeah.
No problems other than being drowned by an annoying person. I kind of got the gist that because Matt was in the chat, I thought, right, Hannah's Kiri wrangling.
Have you considered refunds?
Kiri, go to bed.
Now. Also, weirdly, TV and phone are in sync. Oh, yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
I don't think I had anything to do with that, but I'll take credit for it.
Yep. We should always
think
take
it's luck of the
basically,
draw.
we
Yeah.
have chocolate digestives. We have chocolate hobnobs. Why, in the pixie fuck of
Well,
a
you get
moon,
milk
do
cho-
we not...
You get milk chocolate and dark
and
chocolate.
dark chocolate.
options.
Where's the white chocolate ones? Like, McVitie's. Racist. Confirmed.
Our legal team would like to say that they are not racist, and it is Jack's sole opinion.
By
No.
by
This is-
legal team, we mean rich.
Yeah, Daddy.
And I am HR, so I counter that argument and
God,
say...
if you're in HR, we're all in trouble.
No, we're not all in trouble. Just the pussies.
Well, anyway, I made these this afternoon. So
I'll tell you what, Kristian has been absolutely phenomenal, right? So the three of us around, well, obviously the two of us around his.
I'm always around here.
And yeah, exactly.
This is where I live.
He's milliless. So at the moment,
Not williless.
no, yeah.
That too. She took it with her.
Oh no!
Detachable. It's a corkscrew.
There is an old song called "Detachable Penis." Anyway. I only know that through Never Mind the Buzzcocks back in the day, which Hannah might remember.
She's poking her hand through the TV and waving it. Don't touch.
Through the TV?
Go. Come on.
That's dangerous. But yeah, so basically we've been looked after. Both Jack and I have been looked after because we've had a lovely, lovely meal. And
It was fine.
we've got... Shut your face!
And here's me proud when I don't even know why, I made chicken korma macaroni.
I think that sounds great though.
Oh, yeah, that does sound good.
It was weird. The texture was not okay.
Well, because your brain was thinking rice.
Yeah. But it was one of those, I started cooking before I decided what I was cooking.
Right.
So I started cooking pasta, I started cooking some pizza, and then I was chicken. I don't know how I got there. And some onions and shit. And I was like, I don't have... This is either going to be bland or I'm going to have to do some weird shit. And I just did weird shit.
Sounds good.
Put it in some korma sauce instead.
Sounds good. But yeah, so not only did we get amazing burgers and chips, but we also have these chocolate-covered digestives and hobnobs. And I'm looking forward to this.
White chocolate. And then we did why haven't they done this? The full coated.
I mean, you're pointing to a plate that people can't really
I
see
do
much.
only have 2 of the 4 coated because I ran out of Milky Bars. So
That's
there
fine.
are
We
2.
only made 1 Mars bar.
Yeah, there are
last time,
2
so-
fully coated hobnobs. There are 3 white, like half coated, like you'd normally get in a packet, white chocolate hobnobs, and then 3 digestives. And one of the digestives snapped in half.
Seeing as it's the role of daddy to look after his children, you two can have the fully coated ones if you so wish.
I mean, we could just break them.
Yeah,
we could
you could
break
just do
them,
that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good sharing the love.
So-
I'm bored of this talking though.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. We starting
I'm
with
starting with
digestives.
digestives
So I've touched that
just-
one now.
Just because it was closer to
Seeing
me.
as you're full of lurgy right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't advise eating anything I've touched.
Yeah, it's just because it was closest to me.
See, now you see. Unsurprisingly, that's really fucking good.
It is. I will say that.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Other than everyone.
Matt's phone is perfectly in sync as well. That's extremely weird. I wonder if... Oh, no, I don't know. But yeah, that's damn good.
It works really well. Why is that not a thing that's sold in shops? It's splendid.
Passes the dunk test as well. It's a
good
good
does.
dunker.
Chris is not a dunker.
The
Weird.
it's written that's been in the fridge all afternoon.
Still, probably should have been a little spout in the freezer, you know. What?
Did you actually say that it was Milky Bar chocolate on there?
Yeah, that is Milky Way.
You're right.
I don't know what he's laughing at.
A little
was a
spout,
spout
in the
in the-
freezer. It just made me laugh.
But
And then I
Hannah's...
started thinking of Fortnite again last night. It was a whole thing.
The fact that you couldn't breathe during that is hilarious.
I genuinely thought for a second I was going to die.
Yep.
Like I do right now, I can relate.
There was a moment where I got my breath back, but I was convinced I was going to be sick. Just from that.
I have laughed so much, I have actually been sick before.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, my word.
Because it's that kind of motion.
Yeah.
It was you can't breathe and then you start gagging
Yeah.
because you can't breathe and then that went on too long for me and I was actually sick.
Wow.
I've
But
also
it was so funny.
once
Did it
in my
stop you laughing, or were you laughing whilst throwing up?
no, it stopped me laughing. Yeah. I have also in my life, only once, been in so much pain I threw up.
Is it now?
No. It was I stubbed my toe on the corner of a bed.
Oh yeah, that fucking hurts.
I broke my toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke my toe, split the nail straight down the middle.
Oh,
and you know when you hit
that's not-
something so hard, the bruise is further up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that. Like it was on pretty much every joint of my toe. There was a bruise round my foot, and it was like I proper. But basically, my bed was really low. Someone asked me if I wanted to go outside for a cigarette, so I said yes. I got up, went to like hop off the bed, just full force brought my leg round and just crack on the inside of the bed, and I felt the nails go. And I was just like stood there for a while, like put it in a bowl of water, and I was.
I don't like how we've gone from lovely biscuits to you fucking your toe.
I didn't know such thing. I'm not that flexible, as we can tell by my current joint pain.
You did click to an awful degree.
Couple of questions in the chat there. Hannah says, Kiri wants to know what you had for dinner. I would also like to know. I made chicken burgers with baconaise and some truffle fries.
So, was that just a fillet of chicken that you then breadcrumbed in bits, or?
Yeah,
I wasn't 100%.
Butterflied them and flattened them and
so
panade
good.
them.
So good. So
nice.
clean and tasty.
And then the baconaise
Yes,
I
it
made
is.
as well.
You made the bacon
Yeah.
egg. Good lord, it's even better than I thought it was. But yeah, it's, there's a picture in the Discord, and it was
It
very
was real good. It was
But my
real
chips
good.
were soft.
Oh, they were really.
chips
They
were
weren't that
lovely.
soft. And they were also really.
softer than what I have made them in the past. Therefore, I know that I can make them better. So I'll
But
always
they
be
still have
disappointed.
nice crisp.
fine.
Yeah, no,
You've
they
got
were
to cook
okay,
for us
yeah.
again.
Fine.
That went
No,
well.
next time you're in the studio, basically every time Rich comes to the studio, you
Yep.
need to do a meal for us.
Okay.
There we go.
He's only here like 3 times a year. I can manage that.
Anyway, hobnobs.
Yeah, hobnobs.
Nothing we have to say is more important.
And then we can do the biscuits.
Oh, dunkety dunk. Better.
Yeah.
Better.
They are better.
Right.
I must admit,
The
I'm more of a
digestives
hobnob
were
now.
good. These are better. I do prefer hobnobs to digestives, so that has.
Well, here's the thing. I don't normally, but I agree they are better. Their compliments better. It's fucking messy though. I don't know why.
Yeah. So Hannah,
Not
what you
set
need to do, because Hannah said she was sad because now she doesn't have white chocolate hobnobs.
Make them.
Exactly that.
Really
So-
easy.
Yeah. So you just melt it down, or just melt
Yeah.
down the and then just what?
And just
Dunk them and then
Yeah.
put them in the fridge or freezer.
It's really good.
Definitely could have benefited from freezer. It's surprisingly melty. I made it at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I suppose with normal ones, there's all sorts of setting agents and stuff. But yeah, that's done good.
For once, we agree, Hannah. Hobnobs are vastly superior to
I agree.
digestives. Did you temper the chocolate? What does that
No.
mean? Get angry at it?
No, I just melted it. I didn't do anything fancy.
I don't know what tempering chocolate means.
I think what she's getting though is why it's not setting properly.
Oh.
So I didn't temper it.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, every so often you'll see me go. It's because the the TV that we've got the chat on is slightly further down, and I have to go like that.
Hannah, as soon as you said it, I realised that that's why they're melty, because I didn't temper the chocolate.
So I still don't know what that means.
When you melt chocolate,
Yeah.
it needs tempering.
But what is to temper?
I'm gonna smash this mug on the side of your head, and then Richard's water bottle is going up your ass.
Can we not? Tempering chocolate aligns the crystals of the chocolate. Aligns them?
What is this? A fucking chakra? Like Doctor Strange and the milky
I
digestive?
can't remember exactly how you do it. You have to like the chocolate that's melted. You then mix other solid chocolate back into the melted chocolate.
Oh. Okay. All right.
It's something like that.
All right.
I see.
So when we
So
next
once
come
you
around for a
melt
meal,
chocolate, you then to get it to go back to the correct texture afterwards. You need to temper it with some already solid chocolate or something like that.
right? Okay.
Same with like tempering eggs. Like if
Never
you put,
tempted an egg.
So if you're trying to put egg,
I shouted at it.
if you've got eggs and you're trying to cook it into a sauce or something,
Yeah.
like a hollandaise, whatever. If you just put the eggs straight in, they'll scramble. You need to temper them.
Right.
So you put a little bit of the hot into the eggs first to bring it up to temperature, and then something like that.
Okay.
It's something like that.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
Now
we
we
live
need to
in
try the fully ones, the full ones. Someone else should break them because I don't want
You're
to touch other people's food.
I might get a knife because they
Yeah, get a
are
knife.
Breaky.
melty.
melty.
Melty. Breaky. Oh, this.
I mean, I am just gonna.
I mean, even the plate chocolate's melted.
I mean, it's a hot studio, so you know. But yeah, they're damn good, and definitely the hobnobs are better. Do you think? Because the other thing that I got just because I found some Marks and Spencer's biscuits the other day, little bags of them, these things. But I found that they do a mini shortbread, and obviously, seeing as you know,
Considering the other ones were just pure butter, I'm excited.
exactly, these are going to be phenomenal. So, so basically, I wonder, what do you think of those with white chocolate on them?
Oh, the shortbread with white chocolate. My God, come.
I mean, I didn't cut these because this didn't even amount. I'm happy with just half a biscuit.
I'm saying.
Oh, I've elf.
Oh my god, look at the amount of chocolate I've got on the top of that.
Oh, very nice.
You can see that on there. You can't. They win.
Damn, yeah. Well, we knew they would.
Mmm.
No,
That's not a good idea.
no, it was a terrible idea.
They're lovely. But when you're trying to talk on a podcast,
They're very sticky.
They're a lot. No.
did you put PVA glue in there?
I was using glue earlier. If I muddled it up, did I stick my railway together with Milky Bar?
That was quite. That was quite intense.
My mouth is still stuck together.
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Should we just become a food podcast?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
All right, well, what we've discovered, what we've reaffirmed this evening is that white chocolate makes everything better.
Agreed.
And specifically Milky Bar chocolate.
It's the best white chocolate, as decided by us on the ultimate white chocolate ranking of the first episode of the White Chocolate Chronicles. And your mum.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure white Toblerone one. But for this, Toblerone would not have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, shortbread with white chocolate.
Oh my god.
I agree. I'd be intrigued though if you were to have the Toblerone chocolate, the white chocolate Toblerone that was the chocolate, not the.
So before they turn it into a Toblerone.
Yeah. Would that beat out Milky Bar? Because I'm not sure it would. Because I think it's the combination of everything with Toblerone that makes it the winner.
It's more of a I don't.
Audience request: can you please let us know what the Chocolate Chronicles are going to be? Because
Now that is a good idea.
I've got the you breathing problem.
And I agree with it in principle. The problem is we often don't know until the last minute.
It's usually I've shown up with something that I saw in the queue at the petrol station.
It's often a very last minute thing.
And if I'm ever bringing anything, it's because I've stopped off somewhere and got it on the way.
But if there's one where we know ahead of time, next time, and we know ahead of time, we'll let you know.
But yeah, Hannah, I expect to see in the food channel tomorrow pictures of you and Kiri making chocolate biscuits.
White chocolate biscuits.
White chocolate, obviously.
Yeah, we don't any of milk or dark chocolate. No, we don't care.
I do like a milk chocolate hobnob though.
I like them. But I do prefer.
But those were very good.
Those were better, and also I will admit, digestives and hobnobs, I prefer plain ones.
Is that because you're mainly dunking them in your tea?
Even just to eat, I'd rather have a plain one. And I don't know if you remember a few years ago, I started tweeting out outrageous food opinions.
Oh, I do remember that. God, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, and people started getting up and
Yeah.
up in arms. And that was one of them. Plain hobnobs are
Better than chocolate ones.
and the other one was bacon is the least interesting form of pig.
Not over like gammon?
Oh yeah, I prefer gammon to bacon.
Saf had gammon for the first time ever the other day.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's possible. From Toby's as well, so good place to have the first gammon.
We have a co-op 5 minutes away. We can make things happen. Cool, go for it.
Gotta buy some hobnobs.
But don't stop watching us because
keep
you're the
it
only
fun.
people watching
Anyway,
us.
something to do with
We are
something.
19 minutes in.
Something dark side.
Something. Resident Evil cancelled.
Released on the 8th of March 2019 to a worldwide acclaim of meh. I've lost the rest of the steps.
That was just you. Meh.
To be honest,
I don't think that was the official text on
No.
IMDb.
the 6.8 is also meh, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've lost the rest of it. With a budget of $160 million and a worldwide gross of somehow $1,131,416,446.
Brie Larson.
Yeah, it was the first female-led Marvel movie. So that
And
Although
people, for some reason, or at least at the time, did not like Brie Larson.
Oh, really?
Do I remember that?
people
correctly?
hated Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was this whole conspiracy thing of like, even the Avengers cast hated Brie Larson.
Oh, did not know this.
Just because of the way they look at her in interviews and stuff. Not based on nothing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Based on literally nothing. It was literally you're watching a newbie sit in an interview with people who've known each other for over a decade.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you were watching there.
I found out the other day that she's in the next Fast movie.
Yeah,
She is.
Yeah.
I've also found something out about Fast I found quite exciting.
Ooh.
But it's a spoiler, so.
I don't wish to know that. I've still not watched 9
I've
in
seen
fairness, so.
because obviously it's had its premiere. It's just a spoiler I've seen come out.
Is it like what cameos or something?
I'm not going to say at all what it is because I don't want to spoil it for anyone accidentally.
Fair enough. Because I've seen some
want
stuff.
to know later on what I've
It's
seen,
Robin
I'll tell you,
Reliant.
but I'm not going to say anything.
Robin Reliant. Jeremy Clarkson going around the corner and Robin Reliant in the Fast and Furious film would be hilarious.
I do think there should have been the crew. Is it that Nick Cage is the secret villain? Oh, have you also seen that he said that now that the finale might be a trilogy and not
Yeah,
the 2
yeah.
that it was
Really?
meant to be? Yeah. So there might be a 12 as well. The 11 was meant to be the last one, but it's just the final trilogy or whatever.
Yeah,
Just candidly said it.
It is the kind of thing where I imagine he'll then turn it into a trilogy, and then once he's done that, he'll be like, and now the finale to the finale is coming with an extra.
The full stop after the word finale.
They'll just make spin-offs called
Yeah.
The Furious and the Fast. Or
Well, he's already
something
had a
stupid.
spin-off, hasn't he, with Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, no, but he had nothing to do with
But
that.
yeah.
And that was basically because The Rock and Vin
Yes.
Diesel fell out.
Yeah.
And they were just like, we want The Rock. And then Hobbs and Shaw came out, and the audience went, we don't really care
Yeah.
about The Rock.
I haven't seen that. I should watch that one.
And,
That's a good film. Well, I enjoyed it anyway.
Obviously, they didn't have an issue with Jason Statham, so Jason Statham is back. Whereas The Rock is just like, oh, let me go and do Black Adam. Tank.
Statham's in the new one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Then an encore and an epilogue, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And a
So
post-credit.
what did people think about this movie? Let's go around. Richard, what did you think?
I thought it's a really enjoyable film. There's a good sense of humour to it. Nice bit of.
Now I'm really hot.
You're really hot now. I'm just going to sidle over to you a little bit.
Slidle?
Yeah, sidle over.
Slidle.
No, sidle. Sidle's a word.
I know it is.
Okay, all right. Don't look at me like that. Then. Yes, I enjoy this film.
I was actually making a reference to something that I thought you might have seen.
I didn't realise.
Which is, I assume you are aware of Bottom.
Yes.
So Bottom Live.
Yeah, I've not seen many of the live ones.
So
but
there's
yeah.
a thing from Bottom Live where Rick Mail tells Aid Emerson to sidle over to the front of the stage, and he accidentally says slidle,
Right, okay.
and they just make a big fuss over slidle. And I just thought you might know
No,
the reference if
fair
I
enough.
said slidle.
I have watched some of the bloopers from the live shows because they're bloody
very
hilarious.
funny.
Bottom's a great show, but very much of its time.
Oh yeah, very much.
Very much
I was-
not
I
okay
was
now.
telling Rich about a slight blooper, if you will, that happened during The Cursed Child. That was meant,
Yeah.
it's meant to be this bit where Dementors grab people and fly away and all that. One of the mechanisms clearly didn't work, so someone dressed as a Death Eater was just standing in front of this Dementor on the floor going...
Well, they
their
sorted
cloak-
them out.
With their cloak while they just whisked the actor away. It was very funny.
Opened up the trapdoor. But yes,
Sorry.
certainly this is one of those Marvel films where I didn't watch it to start with and didn't get around to for ages. And it was probably what year did it come out?
2019.
2019. I'd say it was probably 2021 at least that I actually ended up seeing it, and I enjoyed it then. I thought it was really good. As I say, a good sense of humour. Nick Fury is always going to be a good sense of humour, just because of how it's played. And I thought that the character of Carol Danvers is really good. There are some bits that aren't the greatest in the world, but much like I see Guardians, it's kind of one of those easy watches with this. It's not that you kind of have to think about it too much, that it's kind of leading up to this, that, and that, but it's just nice. And also, I really like the Skrull story, because Secret Invasion kind of thing, which is why I'm looking forward to the show. But I've read the graphic novel of Secret Invasion a while ago, and it's really cool to have that kind of infiltration thing.
I do wish we could get more of a secret invasion, as
Yeah.
opposed to what would get.
What it looks like it's going to be. But I'm intrigued. I'm going in just really kind of right. Let's just see what they come up with in this show. But yeah, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, good, as I say, good visuals, good fight scenes. Jude Law. But yeah, I have got a reading the things from George, a very quick short one, but it's basically
He's going to have some heinous opinion.
No. Yes, in that sense, that Jude Law is underutilized.
Is he ever?
I don't know. But yeah, that's my opinion of this film. I liked it.
There's also the main woman from Eternals in this as
So
well.
it is her,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Something I can't remember her name. Something Chan, isn't it?
Gemma
And
Chan,
because
Gemma
I've
Chan,
still not
that's
seen
it.
Eternals, obviously, is she that person? Right.
No,
Okay.
it's-
Okay.
No, just
Whereas obviously the guy who is Ronin's enforcer, I can't remember his name.
Demon Hansu.
You always
Demon
know
Hansu,
his name straight up. He is the same character.
Yeah.
Okay, because that lady did look like the one from Eternals, and I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, okay, cool.
She's blue in this one.
He is.
She's not in.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, obviously,
really,
it could be a
it's kind of like,
shapeshift or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Scroll.
No, it's not the same character. It's just a circumstantial getting cast thing. It's happened a few times, but I think that's the only time with characters of that scale.
Yeah, that sort of level. Yeah.
So a few different bits and bobs, otherwise here and there.
Yeah.
Mainly with things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, for example. Like
Right.
one of the main villains of Luke Cage is the woman who gives Stark the photo of her son in Civil War.
Oh,
Kind of
right,
sets the
yeah.
whole thing off, and it's just like, clearly not the same person. It's the same actor. Chris, your general thoughts of this movie?
I have a weird position with this movie for a number of reasons. There's nothing about this film that I don't like, but it also just has never clicked with me in the same way
Really?
a lot of the other Marvel ones have. There's nothing about it I could pinpoint as is a problem with it. There isn't. It's just something about it doesn't quite click as I watch it. I enjoy it. It's not bad to watch, and there's some great stuff in it. I think that it takes a while to get into what does make this film really good, though, because I think this film is at its best when it's Captain Marvel and Nick Fury together.
Yeah.
And them in their kind of buddy cop adventure
it's a good.
is what works really, really well. And actually, I think it's very good. I mean, it's a long time before we get to that. And obviously, it's because we need to have quite a big setup for Carol. So, and we need all that. We need the context of what who she is and where she is.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to set up there, to be fair. And obviously, we haven't really had a proper introduction to the Kree in the MCU. They've been mentioned, and we've seen Ronan before and stuff like that. So the Kree have been mentioned because of Guardians, but
Can I ask a quick question? Because I don't know some of this. Why does Ronan not have a black section in this film, but he does?
I just assumed it was something to do with like
Rank or something?
yeah, I was trying to think of a word, but like,
I imagine the actual answer is it's just a vague attempt to make him look younger because it's supposed to be set so many years
it's
before.
like kind of designed to be like a military symbol type
Yeah,
thing. or
I
something like that
wondered.
when you hit a certain rank. It's just always what I assume it is. Literally,
Katie just said he grew a beard.
make him look
Sorry,
younger.
sidetracking.
Yeah, I think it's just that, from a production point of view, they wanted him to look a little different, make him look a little bit younger. It's just a way
He
of doing
looks
it.
so different in real life. It's insane.
Yeah. Hannah says it's a bit confusing at the start, and it is a bit confusing at the start, but makes sense by the end. So that I don't mind things being confusing at the beginning if it makes
feel like
sense
it's intentional.
of it. It's intentionally confusing because she doesn't know what the fuck. Yeah, she is disillusioned. She's got the wrong memories and the wrong history. So I think that makes sense. The beginning of the film, the tone feels weird to me. Like I remember saying this when what was happening? Why are you pointing?
Don't touch the floor.
Oh.
If I just level out.
I remember saying this because we've done the podcast on this film before.
Yes, you have. Yeah, of course. I forgot about this.
I remember saying then that
I don't remember a word of what I said.
this is the only thing I do remember. I
Captain
remember
Marvel.
that I found the humour between Jude Law and Brie Larson towards the beginning didn't sit right.
It didn't
No,
really
it
land.
didn't. It didn't land
None
at
of it
all. Yeah,
lands.
I
The
agree.
stuff where they're doing the fight and she's like, I tripped. He's like, you tripped over to me punching you in the face. It all
Yeah,
just
it's like,
felt
oh,
like
okay,
really,
all right.
this doesn't
again.
work. And it does. And the thing is, her humour does work later on when she's playing it against Nick
Yeah.
Fury. It works well, but the beginning of the film sits weirdly.
So do you think that's to make it sit better with Nick Fury?
It might be. It might be an intentional
It's like
thing to show
she's
that,
found someone that she can actually
and
kind of
obviously
have that.
showing that their relationship is fake. It's not
Yeah.
a real relationship. He's faking it because he's using her and whatnot, and has found her. And like there is an element of that, but that also doesn't come off obviously either, which means it's not been perfectly executed. I do think the beginning of the film feels a bit weird. Hi, Katie. But
Glad
as
you're
it
back
goes
home safe.
on, I think there's some really good stuff. I love getting Coulson back.
Yep. Me too.
It's really nice to see him back and seeing him from a different perspective, and especially seeing him from that perspective after having Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because obviously you're seeing him at the beginning of his career here, and by Agents
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had ended at that point.
I think it had done, yeah, or at least was coming to an end.
Probably.
It was coming to an end because
Yeah.
it sort of the last episode or last season sort of linked in with Endgame a little bit with the quantum travel stuff.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Agents of Shield.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so fucking weird towards the end. It goes off the rails.
Yeah, it
I
goes
love
off
it.
the
but
rails,
yeah,
yeah,
it goes off the rails. There's a couple of seasons in the middle where I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. But,
Ironically, to do with the Kree.
Yeah, but you've got like seeing a young Coulson here, but also seeing him develop as Coulson. Like the bit when he sees them on the stairs and doesn't say anything, just lets them go. It's just like, okay, yeah, you're seeing Coulson, and I think that's really important. Coulson's an incredible character.
I love Coulson. I really, really. I think I said this in Infinity War. I just wanted like a Quinjet to show up in Wakanda that had Coulson and Fitzsimmons and Daisy.
Like the amount of touching and noises we made, I think
we would have just
we would have been removed from the cinema.
jerked each other off at that point. Yeah.
Katie's face.
Just like, fuck it, we're here now. Let's just do it.
who's? Oh, Coulson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. I love Coulson.
Just a quick one though, because obviously Coulson and Fury have both been de-aged for this, and it doesn't. I don't think there's any moment at which it looks bad.
Bad? No, I think Coulson has a couple of like
yeah,
moments,
sort of,
but like not bad by
Bit
any stretch of the
fudged
imagination.
maybe, but
Yeah, and I think there are a couple of moments where it's just that they both look too smooth.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it
it's
is.
not just that they don't have wrinkles; it's they don't have any.
but there's no point at which
Blemish
it
or
takes
pores.
me out of it.
No,
other
no.
than thinking, wow, they did well.
No. It's, as I say, it's not bad. It's just that I've seen this movie so many times that I'm going to pick up on this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And we've seen them so many times.
Yeah.
You know, their faces that you know quite well.
yeah, and it's just like it's the Irishman winning the movie for all those awards. I was like, this is utterly distracting and looks like dog shit because it's the entire film. It's every character of the film.
It's also, I think, with this, it's also an uncanny valley thing because you know those characters, you know those actors so well.
You
So
also know what
seeing them
people
like
are
that-
supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So you would never really think about it. You'd never really think about noticing people's pores,
Yeah.
things like that. But as soon as they're gone, you're like, what the fuck?
Especially on your TV.
Oh no, it's another film that looked great, and again, more examples of everything should be IMAX at all times.
So I was going to ask, when are we going to start talking about aspect ratio?
Now, I hate it. I hate it. I just don't pick one. Just pick one and stick. I don't. If
It
you're
was the
not-
first.
If you're
one-
having it ultra wide, it's the wrong decision, but I'll accept it as long as it's all like. Just pick one and stick with it.
It was one of the first ones that I noticed, like properly noticed.
I hate it. There's a fight scene towards the end where throughout the fight scene it's
flicking
switching.
between the two. I
And
hate
it's
it.
like I don't
hate it.
understand how you've managed to
Eternals
do that.
does it. Eternals
Does
does
it
it
really?
as well. Yeah.
Like,
It's
just
fucking annoying.
Pick one.
But what's really annoying is Eternals did it in the cinema.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, you're like it was enough to notice because it was you're on an IMAX screen. It was because obviously it's going into IMAX and then shrinking into ultra wide, which an IMAX projector screen is not.
It will then be letterboxed.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in the fucking
Didn't notice
cinema. Can we not be doing this in the fucking cinema? Good news though, excellent news. Dune Part 2 is shot entirely in IMAX,
Wow, nice.
and I'm very fucking
Have
excited
you seen
for that
Dune? I
movie.
can't remember. No, neither have I.
It's on my passion film list,
Okay.
but I'm not going to pick it for a while because A,
We haven't got any passion films lined up.
we do. I put a message in that no one replied to.
Well, no one replied, so you know, I didn't know that.
I'm
was
always up.
confirmed.
No, you know me entirely.
I wasn't needing a reply. From
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
But yeah, it isn't anywhere. It's also like 2 hours 45 minutes. So I'm just not going to be that
I see,
cruel
I see.
at first. I did have a look through.
It's one I've been meaning
because
to
I
watch for
made a
ages.
joke that my passion film was Spider-Man No Way Home, wasn't it? Or Far
Yeah.
From
Oh
Home,
yes,
was
you
it?
did.
The
Yeah,
next
so that was the
film.
one response.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure we'll do.
What?
I'm sure we will.
I'm trying to remember what's on my list now.
I've
as
got a
fashion
fucking
film.
long ass list.
Yeah, mine's not that.
Annoyingly,
long.
like I've been watching some of them recently, and I'm going, oh, that wasn't that good. I was like, fuck. So I've actually over the last few days, I've removed a couple of lists.
Oh,
Removed a couple.
There was one
from,
that-
Not gonna lie. Those are some pretty fucking good movies.
do you want to see him?
Yeah, why am I being left out?
I haven't seen.
Yes, don't know what that one is.
Obviously, yeah, it doesn't
Leon
matter
the
that
Professional.
Leon the Professional. There's the Luc Besson,
Natalie
Portman,
Portman.
and yeah.
Really, really young Natalie Portman. It's like her first movie, isn't it? Is
Don't
it
think
first movie?
yes, it is.
Don't
yeah.
think I've seen those two.
Jean Reno.
But I'm aware of them. I just don't think I've seen
So
them.
Jean Reno. Snatch.
Yeah, I don't think I'm aware of it. I don't think I've seen it.
But brilliant.
It's a great film, yeah.
Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I just don't think I've seen it. Chaplin, I know I haven't seen, but I'm aware of The Rock. Why can't I?
That is the Sean Connery
Nick Cage.
escape from.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Escape from Alcatraz.
I saw the poster the other day. And I was like, that's a great film. it's again.
That's
I think it's
basically what my
time,
list is. We're getting distracted again, but welcome to Rabbit Hole.
Matt, TBA.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. We're waiting on a response from Kristian.
So that's how long my list is.
Oh,
I
God.
responded. My passion movie is
It's one that we're going to watch anyway.
It's the next
Look, okay, in
MCU
which case, my
movie.
passion movie is Into the Spider-Verse.
I think
We're
we
going to
said
be
we
doing
did-
that
yeah,
soon
exactly.
anyway,
Before that, yeah.
because the next one comes out in like 3 weeks.
Fuck me.
Really?
2nd of June.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because I would obviously depending on when we do
Let's
it.
do this off air.
Yeah.
No, this is what Rabbit Hole is all about. Like my list is really.
But I'd like to
I
come and
watched
see you.
some of these the other day.
I haven't got my glasses.
Over the last few days, I should say, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm taking that off." Like,
See now, Edge of Tomorrow, I want to watch again.
Edge of Tomorrow is great. I've watched that enough times to know. End of Watch goes. Prisoners is staying as a passion film.
Have
I
you
watched
got
that the other day, but I know
I'd have a list.
that it's a bit sad for Admit one, so I probably won't put that forward. Same with Spotlight.
Cloverfield Lane.
Huh?
Cloverfield.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Sorry, I didn't even see the 10.
10
I've
Cloverfield
got
Lane.
that and I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's one of those movies that it was definitely a Cloverfield movie at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
it was
Yeah,
one of those.
I
They
haven't
made a
watched it.
movie.
I haven't watched
No,
it.
I'm not going to spoil it. But they
I've
made
heard
a
that.
movie and just went. We don't know how to market this. It's Cloverfield.
I've heard that.
But obviously we've done and Arrival. Oh my god, Arrival is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's made by Denis Villeneuve, it's on the list.
Dennis. Go,
Dennis Vuvuzela.
What's your opinion of this film?
It's fine. I agree with everything Chris said. I don't think there's anything in particular wrong with the movie.
You are the
at
same
all.
person.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's anything wrong with this movie at all. It's just something doesn't click. I actually think it's Brie Larson that doesn't
Really?
quite click for me. Yeah.
I agree. I kind of agree.
I don't think she's bad in any way, shape, or form. I'm not like, replace Brie Larson or anything like
Yeah.
that. And I think she's absolutely fine in Endgame and things like that. There's no qualms there. But I'm not like, I'm more excited to see the other two in the Marvels, for example, and like Nick Fury. And I'm very confused, like, because of the Marvels and Secret Invasion, what's going to happen there with Nick Fury.
Well, I think that just you saying it then, I think what it is for me is that although she's the protagonist and the story's all about her, and it's actually quite a clever story. For me, she's just the least interesting character in it.
I agree.
more
I
interested
think Jude Law is less interesting, but yeah, I agree. As a whole,
of the protagonists.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I'm more interested in Talos.
oh, for sure.
And Nick Fury.
For sure.
Then-
Which is why Secret Invasion is a bit tantalising.
Yeah.
To be
Oh,
fair.
yeah. Because when they were teasing that up in the first place, I was like, "Now that I want to see more of," because they were great.
I was intrigued by the switcheroo of the fact that obviously the Skrull are kind of not the baddies as such.
I think they are. I think
well,
there is
that's
just
the thing.
these ones aren't.
Yeah,
It's-
that's the thing is that because of my knowledge of the Secret Invasion graphic novel, which I took off the shelf the other night because I thought I'm actually going to go back and read this. Still haven't turned the page. But it is one of the things that the Skrull are the yeah, exactly. Skrull are the baddies, you know. So it's just like, they've actually okay, all right, fine.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
just
right.
assume
it's
it's
just these ones are,
Rescued
and I
in,
imagine Secret Invasion is going to be along the lines of
They're after the good ones more than they're after.
and
Earth.
also Talos and that will be like, you help me before I'm going to help you sort of thing. And blah, blah, blah.
Settle a debate or a question. What accent has Talos got?
He's Australian.
Okay, thank you.
Who's the actor? I forget.
Ben Mendelsohn, who's Australian.
Katie had
Who
said that.
is the guy who plays the boss that he's impersonating, right?
Yeah, that is Ben
That is
Mendelsohn.
Ben-
Yeah.
I thought so when I
What,
was watching the film.
Hang on, sorry, what?
So the
The-
guy he shapeshifts into, which is Fury's boss,
Yes.
Is
that
Ben Mendelsohn.
is the actor that's Talos.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, Katie. You told me.
He's excellent, by the way.
Ben Mendelsohn
I
is
had
fucking
no
excellent in
idea of
everything.
that.
He's the one in Rogue One.
Yeah, he's excellent.
He's in Rogue One. Yeah.
I had no idea.
So that is actually Ben
Because
Mendelsohn.
he's always a
phenomenal.
baddie.
Yeah.
Always a baddie.
It's like Walton Goggins that we were talking about the other day. I
Yeah.
can't remember why. But, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
But the weird thing for me is in this movie, when he's Talos, I can't see it as
I
him.
had no idea that it was him.
I think he has such a distinct voice that it's all I can hear. It's not all I can see. And not to say I found it distracting or anything, but yeah, I can definitely tell it's Ben Mendelsohn. I think he's phenomenal. Yeah, I think Ben Mendelsohn is
Mind blown.
Yeah, he's great. There's some really good performances from him in this as well. Yeah, really good. Also, imagine just like, seeing your friend cut open on a surgical table being experimented on by aliens.
Yeah, it'd be fucking weird.
And then just playing along with it.
I was like, why the fuck are you looking at me? You're imagining me being split open on a table. That's for after the show. No, I think, I'm also glad because like they've done it with like Walton Goggins and some really great actors. Michael B. Jordan, where they've just won and done these really phenomenal actors in this universe.
Yes, it's nice to get more of him.
Yeah, it was nice that he's still around, and I incorrectly thought it was a New Zealand actor. They're pretty much the same.
I'll be completely honest, and Katie would call me out on this anyway, but I thought
it was Welsh.
No,
okay.
South African.
Oh, right. No, but I am pretty. I'm not.
You are pretty.
I am, yeah, but I'm not.
Pretty.
I'm pretty certain Ben Mendelsohn's Australian.
I don't know. One, I do want to just before we forget to mention it. The standout character of this movie, and I think the standout character of the MCU, Goose.
I agree.
And you know what? When I saw this film in 2019,
I remember your reaction to it. We went together, didn't we? Yeah. I remember your reaction
Was
to
there
Goose.
fondling?
No, but he was very excited.
I loved Goose.
Was it? Did we go with Millie? I think she told us off.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we were just laughing.
Every time we've been to the cinema with Millie,
That might-
we get told off.
I was going to say that might have been No Way
'Cause we
Home,
got told
but
off at No Way Home.
yeah.
We got very told off at No Way Home.
I think that was mainly me reacting to Matt Murdock.
It was.
Oh,
yes.
probably, yeah. Was that still a surprise to you at that point?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
I kind of
Yeah, I managed to keep all that quiet.
But it was just a shot of a cane, and I just went. If I'm in the nearest.
Any which way. Goose, outstanding. And the thing is, I'm a cat person. I am a cat person. And when I went to see this film, I was sort of a cat person. I'd just about been converted because I lived with Camilla and her cats. No, because it was before we moved out.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
So we didn't have tinks. Yeah. But now I'm even more of a cat person because I've got my own fur baby. Right. And I was just watching like,
you just want Tinks to do that, don't you?
I would be thrilled if I could just hold her up to people and just be like, eat.
It'd probably be
so funny.
Oh
and
no!
I don't know. Oh, that's sad. Why would you bring the tone down? I hope it's okay.
We were.
Wasn't it Tuesday? Because you told me at the cinema, and that was on Tuesday.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's the crucial thing. Is it okay?
As far as I was told on Tuesday,
she's fine. Okay,
good.
By the way, sorry.
Everything. Is it the licky one? Is it the really friendly licky one? That will make me even sadder.
So Hannah has put in the chat. One of my cats got hit by a car on Wednesday. So yes. So that's
I hope
why
it's not
we're
the friendly licky. Oh, it's the friendly licky one because it was too friendly. It wanted to be friends with
the
the
one
car.
to lick the car.
It's the one that thinks it's the dog. Yeah.
To be fair, Tinks does that. If you look out the window, you'll catch her just licking bugs off the front of cars. She'll get hit by a car one day because she's a fucking idiot. And
you've got annoying people in the car.
It's just I like the idea. I don't know if this is the thing because I know the Flurkins have been in the comics before.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Is it that all cats are Flurkins or some?
No,
cats
there is a species called
Licky Lil.
Yeah. No, there is a species called Flurkin. They just happen to look like cats.
I like
in the same way,
idea.
Cosmo isn't technically a dog. I don't think. Or was she a dog that was experimented?
I think
she's a dog.
On. But I think I prefer the idea that all cats are Flurkins, and we've just got this alien species that we don't know what it is living with us, and there is only.
I mean, it would make
alien
sense.
Species and it's why they are the way they are. It's why cats are the way they are. Because otherwise, that Flurkin was a cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh yeah.
So it's why they because it didn't look like.
It would explain things being intentionally malicious.
Yeah,
things seem intentionally malicious.
Yeah.
Like the way they look at you and just push something.
I hate cats. I'm not a cat fan at all.
The only thing I have against cats is I'm allergic to them.
Yes.
I don't mind cats at all. I always say I hate cats because I'm allergic to them. But I don't actually hate cats. I'm just more of a dog person.
My hatred purely comes through the fact that I know that they actually want to kill us all.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
100%.
They feel that they should inherit the earth.
Yeah, if they find you dead, they're eating you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a dog will wait a while.
They're just pissed that, since the Egyptian times when obviously they were gods and everything, it's just like, house cat? No, fuck off.
Now they get put in stew.
Yeah.
Who's Stu?
Poor Stuart Little. Stuart Little's had his revenge.
Anyway,
how are you
Goose
allergic to
makes
cats
his
and
movie
not
10 out of
dogs?
10.
Because they have different... What a stupid question.
Is it?
They
But
they
you're
have
also
different
you're-
types of fur.
You're also
It's like
allergic to
saying how you're allergic to nuts but not bacon. Like, it's different.
They are different things. They
Hey,
have
look,
different
one's
DNA.
got 4 legs.
Why are people who are allergic to nuts always allergic to peanuts when they're not nuts?
Because they're not allergic to nuts, they're allergic to peanuts.
But even people who are allergic to nuts are also usually allergic to
It's
peanuts.
placebo, they're not. Placebo? They're not really.
Placebo.
They think they are.
Brian Malco?
But I'm also allergic to horses.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't you allergic to horses? Which is also why you're allergic to horseradish. As Katie pointed out when you asked me when you said, "Oh, I'm allergic to horseradish," and then she said, "Isn't he allergic to horses as well?" I was like, "Yeah, non sequitur, but
I am allergic to horse fur. Horse fur is the worst one. Cats are
Really?
hats.
if you're wearing cat as a hat."
Cats, I'm largely okay with. I get a bit.
Yeah,
bit-
I mean,
bit
Tinks is
scratchy.
in here. You're not a problem. It's not
Oh
a
yeah,
problem.
yeah. Like
I'm
Unless-
sure if she was up in your face for a while, you'd
yeah,
go,
it would be, but it's not like because I'm in the vicinity of a cat, I like really react or anything. But the vicinity of a horse, or the one that always became a problem because I'm very rarely in the vicinity of a horse. If I'm in the vicinity of someone who's been in the vicinity of a horse,
I see.
That's insane.
so just like horse riders and stuff like that, they need to get the fuck away from me.
And obviously,
Also, they should be put in
I
prison.
agree with that anyway.
Yeah,
Horse
they should-
riders can get the fuck away from
They
me.
should be put in prison. I've already ranted about this. Leave the horses
Yeah.
alone. Like they don't want you. They think you're one opportunity, and they will kick
the
you
same
in the
goes
chest.
for cats. They will eat you.
Oh,
Yeah,
cats have.
Cats do want you, but
Yeah.
they want you in indentured servitude.
Yeah. Cats have the best fucking life.
Horses just want to mill about in a field. They want some hay to nibble on. They want enough space to gallop about. Use their 15-foot willies to create more horses, and then, but they don't want some fucking.
Struggle to swallow me.
15-foot Willie? Yeah.
They don't want some fucking posh horse bitch named Ariana riding on the back.
Grande.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
playing Fortnite.
Riding on their back all the live long day. They're just like, get off me. And you get off. If you go behind them, they're going to kick you in the head, and the world will be a better place, especially for horses.
Those shortbreads are mini.
They are mini.
They
yeah.
are. They do say mini on the packet.
I didn't say they didn't know. I was just making an observation that they were indeed
that's
mini
pure butter.
shortbreads. Oh, well, now I want one. Although I
Damn.
feel like I've now eaten too much, I want one.
Nope. You'll only be moaning in 3 minutes' time, like you were last night on Fortnite. I swear I just saw a certain face of Kristian there.
Good. Real good.
I love chocolate.
I do.
Crumbly butter.
I have notes and bits, but one thing I did want to bring up is that one of my favourite films of all time, although I've not watched it in a while, but certainly of that period, is Mallrats. And when Stan Lee comes along, sitting on the bus and on the train.
His last one?
Yeah. And
Endgame.
oh, was it?
Does he have one in Endgame?
Yeah, he's in the 70s.
Oh,
Make
yeah,
love,
yeah,
not
yeah.
war.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
Because
he's
this is the one with the Stanley Marvel flicker.
I think
Oh,
he
is
had.
it?
I think he had died by this
Yeah.
point, so he had shot the
so
other
he
two.
shot the other, but yeah. But yeah, basically he's sitting there with his Mallrats script
Yeah.
because he's got a
Reading
few
his line
lines in
over and
there,
over.
but yeah. It's not
Hannah
his
has
got
said,
to
"How
do.
am I with goats and rabbits? Rabbits, absolutely fine. Goats, I don't know. I haven't spent enough time with goats.
I fucking love goats as well.
Goats are
great
excellent.
fun.
I just haven't spent enough time with
Go
goats.
Goat
to know if
Simulator.
I'm allergic.
Pass.
I spent many a holiday on like family friends' farms and stuff with goats and shit, and I never had a problem.
There was a zoo I went to once. I don't remember what zoo it was, but they had a goat petting zoo thing. And
I tried to bring it back to the film.
Well, who cares?
the goats escaped. Long story short. Because people were idiots and kept like
Really?
if you go to have you ever been to a goat petting thing and a pen, they have like the 2 gates, right? So they have a gate and then you go into a little section and then you close that gate and then you open another gate to get into the paddock.
An airlock, but for goats.
Yeah. So what they had done is at this place, the little machines where you could buy food to feed the goats was in that little bit in the in between, and the goats had gotten in to the little in between bit. And they're all in there, and they were just right up in that fucking food thing, right? To the point where people were buying the food and just letting it pour into the goat's mouth. Because, people are cunts. And then people just opened that other gate. So just let them out. And it was me and my mum were trying to round up these goats while someone else was trying to get the attention of some zookeepers to come and rescue the goats. And Mum and I did a pretty good job. We managed to round up a fair few goats before we had assistance from professionals.
How old were you?
Teens. It was in my teens. I was old enough to be an adult in the art of law. I
don't know what to say to your fact. It's wrong.
I just like the fact that Matt put in at Chessington we witnessed a goat drop kick a kid. I assume he didn't mean the goat's child.
I love goats. They're so funny. They're just funny. There's have you been to Tully's farm?
Yep.
I haven't.
And he got a couple of little goats around there, and they're just so you goat. And I'm a goat. Oh, I wish I was a goat.
Do you know what? I didn't think this is where this evening would go.
No, but it also doesn't surprise me.
I'm also a big fan of the lorikeets at Chessington.
I like meerkats.
No, the lorikeets. I'm talking about lorikeets. They're birds.
I know, but I'm saying I like meerkats.
We'll talk about meerkats in a minute. About lorikeets. The lorikeets are fun. They fly around.
I was going to be slightly more on topic where there was a falcon on the loose at a bird of prey centre.
Did it eat a meerkat?
Oh, sorry.
There were, funnily enough, you don't tend to have meerkats at bird of prey centres.
Zoos would probably have both birds of prey doing things and meerkats.
Is that a bird of prey centre?
I don't know. They might call there might be a bird of prey centre within the zoo.
Fair point. But this had birds of prey, and that's it.
No, that's fair enough.
But yeah, it was just did the whole for the demonstration and flying back and forth and getting volunteers. So like you have the glove and have it fly back and forth, and it just fucked off. I was doing work. Funny. I was doing work experience there as well. I was just like, help. What to do? It was like, it'll come back. It will realise it has no idea how to hunt. And then it will come back because it knows where the food is. And sure enough, it came back.
Fair enough.
If you're allergic to cats, are you allergic to flerkens? Probably, which is sad.
Going back to the film, and because I was making a joke about Goose, I actually think they used Goose brilliantly, though. All jokes aside, because they set it up early on. There's a cat knocking around, and like Nick Fury's befriending the cat because it's a cat. And then later on, you get Talos just being scared of it. It's not a cat, it's a flerken, and it's done as a passing comment. And they're like, oh, whatever. And then it's just later on again. It's all passing comments where they're doing the
scanning thing, and it's just like
a
threat level high. Yeah.
And
human
just,
threat level
when
numbing.
It finally gets to the thing where Nick Fury's just holding it and it does what it does and then eats the Tesseract, and the way they all just react, it's just like what the. It's brilliant. It's really fucking.
The
funny.
eating of the Tesseract is quite amusing.
Yeah.
And just the eating of all the people.
Yeah,
for flinging them around like Groot's arms.
Yeah.
I also like the many different eye fake outs.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, and then he just
What do you mean?
As in,
just
they think he's gonna hurt his eye.
Oh yes, sorry, yes.
There's like 2 or 3 things that happens to his eye, and he's always fine, and then it's the cat scratch or the flerken scratch that does it. And even then, it's like he gets scratched. Oh, it's just a scratch, and Taylor's just like, no.
Yes.
And even better, when you think back to what his line was in one of the previous films, when he was like, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye."
Oh yeah.
It's just he trusted the flerken.
He did. An idiot thing to do.
Never trust a flerken.
You never trust a cat.
Yeah.
He thinks it's just a cat at the time. So yeah. Oh no, does he know it's a flerken at the time of the scratch?
He knew it was a flerken at the time of the scratch. Yeah.
Fair.
But he'd already become ingratiated with it.
Oh yes, absolutely. As
I
he
do
would
also
immediately.
like that the flerken clearly picked sides and had an agenda. Because there's the point, and it's actually really clever when they come round and there's all the fucking guards, and he just doesn't. The Flurkin just doesn't react, and is like, "Can you pick a side, please?" But then obviously it's because he knows Flurkin recognises that one of them is Talos. But I like that. I like that. Just that subtle little thing, bit of storytelling, using the environment to give you the cues as the audience. It's good.
It is good.
But I just like the idea this Flurkin has an agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the blue ones.
Yeah.
It's just this cat going around eating Smurfs. It's a different episode. But 10 out of 10. Flurkin's killing childhood favourites. Episode 3 is the Teletubbies. The finale, I think, is going to be Flurkin. Goose versus the Tweenies. On top of Thomas.
Do we want to score it, or is there anything anyone else wants to say?
I thought the fight scene with the old lady was hilarious.
No, it is funny.
I often want
Yes,
to
we
clobber
know.
Oh, fucking hell. I thought you were going to say something else.
No. I just often want to...
Beat old people.
Yeah, because...
They're infuriating. I
Yeah.
understand.
They're literally the most...
It's more problematic when he's in a shop with them. That's the problem.
They should leave.
They have no business.
Have
being
you
in a
considered
technology store.
contacting Hotmail about your Hotmail problem?
This is not how we run the shop.
How I do.
Other than that, I don't think. I like the fact that Blockbusters was in it as the time.
Yeah,
sort of,
and Radio Shack.
and seeing all of the films on.
I think like
on
True
that.
Lies was there.
Yeah,
wasn't
True
it?
Lies,
Was
Jumping Jack Flash. I think
Was Groundhog Day there?
Robin Hood might have been there. Prince of Thieves.
Maybe even then.
But yeah, I just really like that because I've got fond memories of Blockbuster as well. Although more often than not, it wasn't for renting videos or anything. It was for Katie and I after the pub on a Friday night going there and then getting some Haribo on the way home.
Oh, okay.
You could do that in any shop. Why Blockbuster?
Because it was close to the pub.
I see. Fair enough. I also
And
imagine it was
Cargo
about £8 more expensive than it needed to be.
I don't
That's
know
why
why.
Blockbuster went out of business.
I don't think it was in those days. But anyway.
No, it was Netflix that made not Blockbuster go out of business. And now Netflix are going to make Netflix go out of business. It's a great time.
Obviously, it was interesting to see Rambo and obviously Monica as the prelude to what we then get later on.
Indeed.
But no, other than that, I think that's it.
All right. Let's. What would we score Captain Marvel?
Give a solid 7. I think it
7,
was good.
pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it was good. Don't think there was anything particularly wrong with it. I think it was great.
7-8 for me, but I'm happy to go with 7 if that's the
78.
jump.
7 is roughly where I was sitting as well.
Yeah, in which case
Seems
7.
we're at a 7. That was nice and easy.
What about you in the chat? What would you say on scoring?
Everything hurts.
It's an enjoyable film.
And the ranking. Where do we rank it? So, Jack, the ranking so far?
Number 1 is Infinity War. Number 2 is Civil War. Number 3 is Winter Soldier. Number 4 is Ragnarok. Number 5 is Age of Ultron. Number 6 is Avengers. Number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 8, Iron Man 3. Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 10, Ant and Wasp. It's when Ant and Dec eventually have them falling out. Number 11, Iron Man. Number 12, Ant-Man. Number 13, Doctor Strange. Number 14, Black Panther. Number 15, Thor. Number 16, Guardians 2. Number 17, Iron Man 2. Number 18, Captain America, the First Avenger. Number 29, The Incredible Hulk. And number 30, Thor, the Dark World. 14, 15.
14 is exactly what I was thinking.
So you'd rather watch this than Black Panther?
Yeah.
But you'd also rather watch
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange than this? Yeah, okay.
Feel free to... Yeah.
No. I think that's fair. I was looking at it as you were doing the spiel. But
Great heavens.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I sort of looking through it though in my head of what are you doing? Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so 14th place, above Black Panther and
Hannah
below
would
Doctor
watch
Strange.
Black Panther over this. Fair enough.
No, that's fair enough.
Fair play. I would not. I think this is a common agreement.
So would you still then put it below Black Panther, Hannah, just out of interest. But yeah, I think 14 would be a good placement for it.
14 is the official decision. So there we go.
Just over half.
Lovely. Yeah, we've got a long way to go.
So we're going to have a break for 10 weeks.
Fucking idea was this?
That's fine. We'll take a little bit of a break while we switch over. Make some more tea, have a wee.
Forgotten. Is Into the Spider-Verse technically part of this?
No,
that's fine.
A separate thing, but we'll probably take a
That's
break.
because we're watching a podcast run by 3 white guys.
I'm going to choose to ignore that comment.
So, don't get me started.
I mean, we're 3 white guys, but we still think that. Well, I think it's a good film. But,
It's fine.
anyway, as you say, we're doing a press start tonight.
Yeah, Jackson charge. What does that mean?
Oh yeah.
We did press
coming
start
up on the channel, so I'm very gone. Netley.exe has stopped working. Coming up in the channel, we will be doing a press start momentarily. We're going to do a break, get some things to survive the next hour of waffling. Especially considering I'm sure this conversation is going to be filled with just rage and disappointment.
Generally,
Oh yeah.
I
Coming
will
up is
forewarn
about
you.
an hour and a half of complaining about
Yeah.
video games. But
Yeah.
It's fun.
Barney just got hit by a lightsaber.
The fuck.
The dinosaur?
Yeah,
What?
I would assume so. In the house, Barney just got hit by a
Oh,
I
I
see.
see.
Either that or
Next,
it's a BBC news alert that I didn't get.
next Friday, there'll be another game stream. Do we know what it is?
Well, it depends because obviously we've been enjoying the Fortnite.
Fortnite Friday.
Fine.
We have, but
Fortnite Friday.
my sister's down, so I probably won't.
Oh, you
be,
probably won't.
yeah.
Okay.
Fortnite Friday.
Doesn't mean that can't be what it
without
is.
Jack. Fortnite Friday without Jack.
You'll be fed up with them by the end of the weekend. Just do this bit.
I think they're coming on Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hate how much I'm enjoying Fortnite.
I
Just
love
wanna-
how much
me
you're
too.
enjoying
Me
it.
too. Me too. I despise
Like
myself.
I am having some of the best fun I've ever had playing video games, and I hate it.
Good.
I hate it. I hate everything. I hate it.
But yeah, it was either going to be Fortnite or Humanity is actually starting. It's available from Tuesday, which is that game that I did a few weeks ago, which is the one where it's kind of like you have to guide humans as a spirit dog.
I know one.
And it's quite an interesting puzzly one. So it was just a sort of an option. But yes.
Fortnite Friday.
So.
And
we will
because
figure
I
it.
really need to move. I
Yeah.
really need to move for a moment.
Which is hilarious because you didn't want to move earlier.
No, but yeah, this chair is doing me in.
Have this chair in a minute. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, game stream probably Fortnite the next week. It's that game. Watch it. Dedicate it next week of your life.
Are you going to be on next Saturday night then?
No,
No,
but it might be Sunday.
it'll be Sunday, I think.
But
next
at
week.
the same time, I also might not be able to do that because my sister's doing so it might have to be like a remote or something.
We'll work it out later.
We'll figure it out.
That's
There'll be
not a fair
something.
thing.
There will be
More
something.
Fortnite!
There is also that option. Anyway, stick around for video games in anger. I'm going to go and die. We'll be back. Bye.